The sun hung low in the sky as Michael, a 36-year-old man with a love for the outdoors, hiked along a secluded mountain trail a few miles south of Ashland, Oregon. The air was crisp, the scent of pine and earth filling his lungs as he climbed higher into the dense forest. He had always found solace in the wilderness, a place where he could escape the noise of the world and lose himself in nature. As he rounded a bend in the trail, something caught his eye, a piece of paper pinned to a tree. Curious, he stepped closer, the crunch of gravel underfoot the only sound in the quiet afternoon. The paper was weathered and torn at the edges, but the words were still clear, missing. Beneath the bold letters was a photograph. His photograph. Michael froze, his heart skipping a beat as he stared at the familiar face staring back at him from the flyer. The man in the picture was him, down to the last detail. His short brown hair, his blue eyes, the slight scar on his left cheek from a childhood accident, all of it was there. The name below the photograph was his too, Michael Carter, age 36, last seen, July 5, 2024. He shook his head, trying to make sense of it. This had to be some kind of mistake, a cruel prank. But the more he looked, the more certain he became that there was no mistake. This was real, and it didn't make any sense. He hadn't been missing. He was right here, hiking this trail like he had done countless times before. A cold chill ran down his spine as a disturbing thought began to take shape in his mind. What if he wasn't really here? What if he wasn't alive? The memory of his last hike flashed through his mind, a sudden storm, a slip on wet rocks, the feeling of falling. He backed away from the tree, panic rising in his chest. But as he looked around, the once familiar trail seemed to stretch endlessly into the forest, the trees towering over him like silent sentinels. The realization hit him like a punch to the gut, he was dead. He had died on that hike and now he was stuck here, in some kind of purgatory, doomed to wander these mountain trails for eternity. Michael's legs gave out, and he sank to the ground, the weight of his fate pressing down on him. The forest around him remained unchanged, indifferent to his horror. The trail stretched out before him, endless and unforgiving. He knew he had no choice but to keep walking, forever lost in the mountains of southern Oregon, with nothing but the memory of who he once was to keep him company.